Thank you for joining me today. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio. And today's practice is yoga for practicing non-attachment. Essentially, some of the poses we'll be given today are slightly easier and some are slightly harder, but we give them as a chance for our body to move through the pose no matter whether we prefer it or not. And so we'll begin, and you may want to block for this particular practice for right at the end, by the way. We begin seated. Take a few good breaths in and out. Let one hand come right in front of the face. Take a deep breath in and exhale, blow into the hand. Inhale, second hand. Inhale. Do it twice more, as deep as you have breath. And last one. Good. Come onto hands and knees. Take a few rounds of cat-cow pose. Rounding the spine as high up and as far down as it's willing to travel. Taking about 5 rounds total, so here's number 4. And 5. And then from here, after this last set, we'll then keep the hands down, right leg kicks back behind us, and we bring the knee to the nose, going back and forth. Here's 4, and back. 3, and back. 2, and back, lift it as high as you can behind you. 1, and back. Drop the right knee, left knee comes in, and back. 4, lift it high. 3, lift. 2, lift. 1, and drop this knee down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the knees for a second. And then we hold in this down dog, letting ourselves really be in the dog. Now right leg floats up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Send this leg through directly into pigeon pose. The side of the knee down, drop down to elbows. Pigeon pose can be a deep one for our hips sometimes. So try to practice non-attachment. Non-attachment to whether the hip is open, whether the hip is flexible. Just be with these deep muscles, receiving this chance to stretch right now. We'll head up onto the second side, lift the hips high, left leg up, maybe some circles for that right side, and then when the left leg goes up, send it forward and through, pigeon pose on this side. Again, a good deep chance for the muscles to open, for the body to stretch. Planting the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Maybe this side takes a few circles, loosening out any energy that's there. When we drop down onto the left knee, stack the right hip and extend the right leg to toes on the ground. Right arm up to the sky. Essentially a supported plank pose. Notice where you feel this. Do you feel it in the core? Do you feel it in the shoulder, in the side ribs opening? Feel the body stacked alive, even as it's supported here. Dropping the side down. Now it's a right hand and knee that stay down. Left leg extends, touching the ground still. Left arm up to the sky. Supported side plank on this side. And then as we start to drop this hand down, we now head to sit down. We grab that block for a supported fish pose. Place the block in between the shoulder blades. You get to choose the height. I here have the tall height, but it can be intense if your back is not ready for it because the head won't touch the ground. Medium height or even the small height may be more appropriate for the spine. Let the arms fall open, the pectoralis muscles opening, the hips open in cobbler if that's not too intense. And here we enjoy just a few more breaths. Be non-attaching to any emotions, to any thoughts, to any feelings here. Just be in the pose. Gently rise up and kind of roll off to the side to scoot the block away. And here we head into our final Shavasana pose for this practice. Let yourself settle down, non-attachment to anything's coming up here, just be. Stay here as long as you have time today. Thank you for joining me. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.